There are some very new cool EVs that have just been released from Stellantis and Jeep in particular. I, for one, am excited to see them. And it's really exciting to finally see Stellantis come to the plate with some electrified Jeep models. In fact, there's 3 new models that they have just released. Hello, my friends. Welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. My name is Sam Evans. I'm coming to you from Melbourne, Australia. Welcome to the new subscribers. Welcome back, everyone else. It's another great day when you see 3 new electric cars released in one day, and I saw 3 more Chinese electric cars released in one day as well. That makes 6 new electric vehicle models coming out in one day. On the same day, I signed a contract for an EV. I hope you've all had a great day because I sure have. You know what? Things are coming thick and fast. New battery technology, new contracts have been signed with battery manufacturers, new mines have been opening, new lithium discoveries have been made, new nickel discoveries. Tesla's going to build a factory in Canada. Who knows? You know, all these things are happening. It's a good time to be alive. Have I said that before? If you haven't heard me say that before, I should repeat myself. It's the best time to be alive. Today, now. The only time that might be better might be tomorrow or the day after that, because things are in fact getting better and better. That's the truth. Although we're kind of, seeing a few sad things happen right now. The war in Ukraine, obviously the Queen has died. Yeah, I did find that sad. I do quite like the Queen. I did quite like the Queen. I had a lot of respect for her, and I loved her motto: never explain, never complain. We can all use that. How about we do a little less complaining, a little less explaining, and just get on with things and stick to being positive, because the world actually is in fact getting better. Stellantis, they've released 3 new EVs. This is the company with a CEO who says EVs can't work. That's what the dude said, 6 weeks ago? They go and release 3 new EVs. Well, maybe he's wrong. Hopefully he's wrong, because he gets paid a lot of money to actually make them produce EVs, doesn't he? Carlos Tavares, $25 million a year, something like that. And he says things like that. Well, let's ignore those comments. Let's focus on what Stellantis has just revealed. What have they revealed? 3 Jeep electric vehicles that will be coming to market soon. Together, they will help the parent company transition to selling 100% electric vehicles in Europe and 50% passenger car and light-duty trucks in the US by the end of 2030. Stellantis has committed more than $30 billion, that's US dollars, to electrification and software development. Its goal for Jeep is to become the leader in electrified SUVs in the global marketplace. Will it hit that goal? No. It's that's like Disney level fantasy. That's just, come on, let's just come back to the worlds and the realm of reality. When CEOs make these kinds of comments, I think they should be at the very least reprimanded by somebody. Maybe they should be fined half their salary, because I just don't like it when people blatantly lie. Now, there's optimism. I'm an optimist. I tell you what I think, but I don't blatantly lie to you. If I know something isn't true, I don't say it, right? There's a lot of people on YouTube who don't do that because they want you to click and whatever. But genuinely, I'll tell you what I genuinely think. But when guys like Carlos Tavares come out and say they're going to lead the world in electrification in a segment when there is zero chance that they think that's possible, and a month ago they said that EVs wouldn't work, they're not going to work, and they're too expensive, and there's no future for them because they can't compete on price, and then they come out and say that. Is that fair? Is that a reasonable thing to do? I don't think so. But anyway, let's move on. The Jeep Avenger. Now, this is a European-only vehicle so far. The new Jeep Avenger was created specifically to bring Jeep experience to customers in Europe, where the roads are a bit narrower than in the US. The Avenger is expected to have a range of 400 kilometers, 250 miles, so the same range as the base model Chevy Equinox, and it will still retain the usual ruggedness of a Jeep, but in a smaller size. It'll be built in Poland next year. The Jeep Avenger will be built on the Stellantis STLA small platform. I think it looks really good, which until now has been reserved for front-wheel drive vehicles, but the company is emphasizing its off-road capabilities. That implies the Avenger will eventually be available with dual motors, at least in more upmarket versions, and the Avenger will make its official debut at the Paris Motor Show this fall. Now, I am extremely disappointed. I love this car. You know who would love this car? Australians love these size SUVs, these sort of small electric SUVs. This car would absolutely destroy our market here. But unfortunately, Stellantis, in all their wisdom, have decided it's European only. Hopefully, they're pressured into changing their minds. I mean, surely Americans would love this as well. Americans love Jeep. Jeep's like the most popular brand in America. There was a recent study. Jeep came out #1 in America of all brands in America, even though most Jeeps are not made in America. But anyway, the next one, Jeep Recon. For true off-road enthusiasts who want a zero emissions vehicle, the Jeep Recon will be the choice, particularly for customers in North America. According to the company, the Recon will be fully capable of taking on serious off-road trails, and it looks serious. It is not based on any existing Jeep powered by an internal combustion engine. It's been designed as a ground-up EV, which means it's going to be a pretty good car. You know what I like about this Jeep Recon? Just looking at these pictures here, it's got a short bonnet and a long body. Now, to me, that's one of the big reasons why EVs are so much better. You don't need that bonnet at all. In fact, I mean, look at the Canoo that I just recently reviewed. The Canoo pickup truck. That thing is the most practical vehicle in the history of vehicles ever made, in my view. I think if you have seen my video, you'll see a good reason why. Now, this vehicle here, it's kind of the same. Short bonnet, big body. It's electric, built for off-road. Honestly, I would really love one of these. You've got to admit, they look great. Now, according to Christian Munier, CEO of the Jeep brand, the Recon will be able to take on the notorious Rubicon Trail and reach the end with enough range to drive back to the nearest town to recharge. I don't have any idea what that means. Maybe some Americans can give us some clarity on what range this vehicle will have based on that kind of cryptic comment. Reservations will open in early 2023 for customers in North America. So in other words, the car is going to be available next year for you guys in the US. The Recon will also be offered in many world markets. Aussies more than likely will get it here, seeing as Jeep do sell their vehicles here in Australia. Good chance that will be available, I'd say, in the Australian market by 2024. So you're looking at probably another year and a half away for us here. Next vehicle is the Jeep Wagoneer S. Now, this is my favorite Jeep vehicle that I have ever seen. I love the look of this thing. I want one. It's awesome. The third new electric vehicle announced by Stellantis is called the Wagoneer S, which is expected to be revealed in 2023. It's targeted primarily at North American consumers, but will be available in global markets as well. Basically, if you live in a country right now where Jeep sell their vehicles, pretty good chance you'll be able to buy one of these too. It will have a dual motor all-wheel drive powertrain with up to 600 horsepower and have a range of 400 miles in the top spec model. Thanks to its sleek aerodynamic design, it'll also have a 0 to 60 mile per hour time of 3.5 seconds. To me, this is the perfect car, right? The shape, I love the wagon shape. This really looks sexy, this car. 400 miles of range, 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. Damn, really nice. Good job, Jeep, here on this vehicle. Now, hopefully they ramp production of this car up so we can actually get some supply. I mean, right, the Ioniq 5, Hyundai Ioniq 5, you guys know I love that car, but you can't even get one. You've got to win the lottery to be able to buy one of those here in Australia. I know a few of you contact me, you've said you've won the lottery, you've got one, and you love it. But clearly, production ramp is important for the average person in the population to get this car. Hopefully that happens. Christian Munier said, "Today we shared only a glimpse of our new portfolio of all-electric SUVs, providing tangible evidence of what is to come in the next 24 months and why we say that 4xe is the new 4x4. The 4xe is, Jeep's way of saying 4x4, but electric. I think it's just a bit of a gimmick, but whatever. This powerful combination of Jeep design, legendary 4x4 capability, and electrification will reshape the SUV market, allowing more customers in more countries and in more segments to join us on our path towards zero emission freedom." One of the big things that people don't realize is going to happen as a result of vehicles like these are, right? 4x4 publications, 4x4 publications who are historically very, very internal combustion, gasoline powered, petrol powered vehicle, they're focused on those kinds of cars. They're going to get their hands on these cars and they're going to go, oh, weird. Its off-road capabilities are better than internal combustion engine vehicles. Weird. This is strange. Well, that's what happened with the Rivian R1T, right? Publishers in like Motor Trend were saying, well, this thing is better off-road than any other vehicle we've driven off-road. That's the thing about EVs. People don't realize their motor control is so precise that off-roading is better with an electric car. True fact. So what's the takeaway here? Well, according to Clean Technica and Jim Hanley, there's something a little confusing in this Stellantis press release. Shock horror. It refers to the Wagoneer S as being in the premium mid-size SUV segment, but it also says it's in the large SUV segment. The Wagoneer models will deliver powertrains that target an estimated 500 miles of range combined. Combined? Does that mean it's a plug-in powertrain with an internal combustion engine? Well, I don't think so. I think it's fully electric, and somebody has just written the wrong thing, but I could be wrong. Some of you may not be convinced that Stellantis is taking the full electric revolution 100% seriously, and I get where you're coming from. To be honest, it would make sense if you thought that, because Stellantis CEO Carlos Tavares, he's said some pretty negative things about EVs over the past year. He's not that much better than Toyota's CEO either, but I do think they've turned the corner. I think they realize the writing's on the wall. If they choose not to electrify as quickly as they possibly can, they simply won't exist within 10 to 15 years from now. Or they'll be very, very small. Or some Chinese company will come along and buy them out, like other Chinese companies or Indian companies have done with other brands that have failed. That could happen. You never know. So Stellantis, what are they doing? They're doing their best to electrify as they can, as fast as they can. So let me know, what do you think of these three new electric vehicles? Which one do you like the most? The one I like the most is the third here, the Jeep Wagoneer S. The Wagoneer, it's kind of a classic car in America. I know you've probably seen those ones that have the wood paneling on the side. They're in those kind of old comedy movies and they look so ugly. But this thing is like, just to me, this is the new modern Wagoneer electric wagon. It's the most practical, perfect looking car. I'm a huge fan. Let me know if you think it's going to be a cool car, if it's going to be better than the original wood paneling Wagoneer. I think it's going to be a hell of a lot better. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.